In this video, we are going to tackle about the types of fitness training that will serve as your midterm topic. All fitness training plans are based on the same basic ideas. One of the main ideas behind muscle building workout plans is the idea of development. Progression means choosing the right exercises, force levels, order of exercises, and level of readiness for the person based on their current fitness level and the needs of the activity. Specificity is another basic principle. The body adapts narrowly to the type of exercise it performs. This refers to a way of setting clear, organized, and attainable writing goals in line with a SMART concept. Let's stick with the idea of a big picture and look at the basic rules of fitness training, especially muscular fitness training. We'll also talk about some training definitions and how to write a SMART fitness program. Finally, we'll put all these ideas together into a fitness training plan that lasts for a month. Corbin and Muscular in 2014 say that the physical fitness is the ability of your body system to work together efficiently so that you can be healthy and do daily tasks. There are two parts of physical exercise that you should know about: the health related and the skill related. Our focus for this unit will be on how to improve your body's health-related fitness. This is because kinesiology researchers have shown that improving the health-related parts of your physical fitness can lower your chance of getting a chronic disease, which is good for your health and wellness. There are three types of fitness training that target your health-related component of physical fitness. These are aerobic fitness, muscular fitness, and flexibility fitness. This video will focus more on types of training that enhance our muscular fitness, but it's worth knowing the other fitness training. As what I have made mention a while ago, that there are three types of fitness training that targets your health-related component of physical fitness. So again, these are aerobic, muscular, and the flexibility. But under other fitness training program, there are also options of exercises that you can execute. Like under the muscular, we have core, and under flexibility, we have mobility. These are other fitness that's under the muscular fitness. So we have strength training, we have explosive dynamic training, push-pull training, powerlifting, and muscular isolation. On the next slide, we are going to learn more about what are these fitness trainings. Aerobic fitness training focuses on improving your cardiovascular endurance. Aerobic activities condition your heart and lungs by increasing the amount of oxygen that is delivered to your muscles, which allows them to work longer, according to HealthWise staff in 2019. Aerobic exercise training increases your total blood volume, heart muscle size, and contractility, resulting in a greater volume of blood being injected per heartbeat, and increased stroke volume, according to Corbin and Messerer in 2014. This means that your heart does not have to beat as frequent at rest, resulting in a lower resting heart rate. Any activities that rises your heart rate and can maintain it for an extended period will improve your aerobic conditioning. Examples of these are running, dancing aerobics, Zumba, kickboxing, swimming, walking, and circuit training. Muscular fitness training. Muscular fitness is a global term that includes muscular strength, muscular endurance, and power. Muscular strength is the ability to lift a heavy weight one time. Muscular endurance is the ability to lift a lighter load several times. Muscular power is the ability to exert maximum effort in a very short period. There are similar training programs that you can execute depending on your muscular fitness goals. Here is the first example of training programs under the muscular fitness goal. So we have here core stability training. Many of the major muscle groups of the legs, shoulders, and arms attach to the core. A strong core allows a person to perform activities of daily living with a greater ease. improve sports performance through a more effective energy transfer from large to small body parts, and decrease the incidence of low back pain. The trunk and pelvis are referred as the core of the body. Anatomically, the core can be described as a muscular box with an abdominal in the front, the paraspinals, and the glutes in the back, the diaphragm as a roof, and the pelvic and hip girdle musculature as the bottom. These muscle groups are responsible for maintaining the stability of the spine and the pelvis. When you work on your core stability, you focus on five main muscles. It includes the transversus abdominis, the internal oblique, the external oblique, the pelvic floor muscle, and the lumbar multifidus. The transversus abdominis is the deepest abdominal muscle. It lies next to the internal abdominal obliques. It's a thin layer of fibers from muscle shoes that run across the foot, as you can see in figure C. The lumbar fascia, the outside part of the inguinal tendon, and the back of the iliac crest are where this muscle starts. The internal abdominal oblique muscle finishes at the pubic crest, the bottom edge of the rib cage, and the rectus shelf. The transverse abdominal muscles are the farther away from the skin than this muscle, as you can see in figure B. It holds up the wall of the abdomen, helps with forced breathing, raises pressure in the abdomen, and with the help of the other muscles, twists and turns the trunk. It acts as an opposing force to the diaphragm and lowers the volume of the upper chest region when you breathe out. When the diaphragm expands, it pulls the chest cavity down, which makes the lungs bigger. The external oblique is the biggest and on the outside of the heart. As you can see in figure B, you can see it where it lies, on the sides and in front of the organ. It is wide and thin, with side muscle and front belly aponeurosis. It starts on the outside and the bottom edge of the first 8 ribs. The fibers from the lowest ribs descend almost vertically and attach themselves to the front half of an iliac crest. The upper and the middle fibers go inferiorly and anteriorly. These connect to the xiphoid process, the linea alba, the pubic crest, and the pubic tubercle. They end in an aphenosis near the middle of the clavicle. Pelvic floor musculature is a group of muscles that connect the front, back, sides, and spine to each other inside the pelvis like a sling or hammock, as you can see in figure C. Supporting the pelvic organs like the bladder, uterus, or prostate, and the rectum are what these muscles are mostly for. These muscles also make up a portion of the bladder, rectum, and vagina. For the bowels and the bladder to work properly, these muscles must be able to coordinate their tightening and relaxing. Also, these muscles need to be able to relax for urination, bowel movements, and sexual activity to go normally. Last is the lumbar multifidus. It is one of the spine's tiniest but strongest muscle. There is a group of muscle that connect to the spinal column, as you can see in figure A. There are two more groups of muscles within this set. These are the superficial muscle group and the deep muscle group. The multifidus muscles help the vertebral disc by taking pressure of them. This allows the spine to distribute the body's weight evenly. The surface muscle group also helps keep our spine straight, and the deep muscle group makes our spine much more stable. In everyday life, these two groups of multifidus muscles are used for a lot of different tasks like bending backwards, sidewards, and even to the sides. Studies have shown that the multifidus muscles are tense before we do anything. This protects our spines from injury. Interest in core strength training programs has increased recently. A major objective of the core training is to exercise the abdominal and lower back muscles in unison. Furthermore, individuals should spend as much time training their back muscles. Besides enhancing stability, core training improves dynamic balance, which is often required during participation in physical activity and sports. You can work out your core muscle with either motionless or moving exercises. For movements like the plank, the side plank, and the hip bridge with leg extension, the joints and muscles either work against a force that won't move or are held in place with some resistance. In other words, static workouts makes muscles tight but don't move them. Dynamic core exercises, on the other hand, like the glute bridge, abdominal crunch, mountain climber, kneeling cable crunch, and bird dog, require you to be able to constantly or repeatedly apply a muscle force concentrically or eccentrically over time. So while the limbs move, the core muscles keep contracting and relaxing in coordinated way to keep the body upright. If you want to improve your core stability, you can switch from motionless core exercises to dynamic core exercises. They can do this by moving their limbs, adding unstable surfaces or devices like buso boards, stability balls, or medicine balls, and doing useful sport-specific movements like the farmer's walk. You will need to learn how to do exercises for core fitness for this class. Another example of training programs that you can execute depending on your muscular fitness goal and their strength training program is total body circuit training for the whole body. In circuit training programs, you work out for a set amount of time and then stop or do something to help your body recover. You can do both power training and aerobic exercise in the same workout, which saves a lot of time. A circuit training program can include a set of strength training routines that a person does one after the other with little rest. A typical workout plan would have 8 to 10 stations, each one focusing on a different muscle group in the upper body, lower body, core, or all these areas. It depends on how fit you want to be. An aerobic circuit is a safe way to start this type of exercise if you have never done it before. For an aerobic cycle, a 1-to-1 ratio of work to rest is good. This means that the times for work and recovery are the same, and the level of effort is steady state, not high intensity or vigorous. For example, you might do a certain workout for 2 minutes and then do active recovery for 2 minutes. As part of active healing, you might slowly walk back and forth, do less intense exercise, or switch to a different activity that will help that will keep your heart rate steady. Walking lunges, push-ups, squat jumps, elbow planks with leg lift, bicycle crunches, and alternate arm and leg extensions are some of the exercises that are mentioned on your course syllabus. So this table shows an example of a beginner's total body circuit program. So as you can see, no, the table is divided into three. So we have the first part is the program. In the middle, we have there the type of activity that you will perform or type of physical activity. And then the last part is the classification or the time duration of the activity. So for warm up, it has been selected that the warm up activity will be walking, and this will last for 10 minutes. So the entire program below the warm up, there you should repeat it 3 sets with 3 minutes rest in between. So mag-rest ka after mag-workout og 3 minutes. So the first program is squat jumps. So 8 repetitions. So 8 counts siya. And that is considered as the work. So the equivalent active recovery or AR is the 8 repetition walking lunges. So dili po siya pasabot na one, may say active recovery is wala na kay buhaton. There is still physical activity but less siya og less ang iyahang intensity. So next, so after nag-work, natay AR, so work na sad. Kaya di ba 1 to 1 man ang iyang ratio. One work dayon one pod nga AR or active recovery. So next we have here push-ups. So same 8 repetitions considered as work. Ang recovery niya is one stretch. So this is for 10 seconds. So that is considered as AR or active recovery. After that, nanapoy elbow plank with leg lift. So muna ni siya nung nagplank ka sa side dayon ipataas pod nimo ang imong isa ka leg. So that is considered as work. So ang equivalent niya nga AR is swan stretch. So same gyapon sa push-ups no. Next, 8 repetitions of bicycle crunch considered as work. Ang ihang AR is 10 seconds of lying double leg hug. Then last physical activity is the alternate arm and leg extension which is considered as work. Dayon same lang gyapon swan stretch gyapon ang iyang AR. Dayon cool down dayon for 10 minutes. So this is a again, this is an example of a beginner's total body circuit program. So in your next physical activity, so probably we will experience this total body circuit program for you for your experience no on hand first hand experience in the class. The third example of training program that you can execute depending on your muscular fitness goal is explosive dynamic training, also known as plyometrics. It boosts muscle power by combining speed and strength. The goal of this work plan is to improve functional eccentric strength, speed up the production of power, and make muscles work more efficiently according to NASM in 2012. That is, the workout plan calls for the muscles to put in their most intense effort and force for short periods. When someone wants to grow quick, explosive power, they do exercises that require them to use all their strength quickly. The point of plyometric is to get strong enough to be able to move big things very quickly. But plyometrics can be dangerous. To keep from hurting yourself, it's best to start with light weights and move slowly and carefully. After several weeks and many workouts, gradually increase your weights and speed. Spinning moves like power steps ups, butt kicks, and squat hops can help build leg strength. The way you land and take off requires strong muscles and tendons. Also, keep in mind that plyometric movements need joints in the lower limbs to be able to both apply and receive high forces. Because of this, the focus is on correct technique, landing, and progression. It is possible to split your strength training routine into different muscle groups and workouts. The fourth example of training program that you can execute depending on your muscular fitness goal, we refer to this as push-pull strength training routine. The bodybuilders develop this training method to maximize workouts and breaks. For muscles to heal, they need time to rest. One day a week will be for exercises that make their arms stronger, another day will be for exercise that make their legs stronger, and so on. This training method can also be used by people who want to change their workout schedule. Each push training day includes routines that make you use your chest, shoulders, and triceps to push. On pull training day, you do workout that make your upper body muscles, your back, biceps, and trapezius pull. The quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves are all worked on during a leg workout day. So as you can see here on the side, there is a figure. So it is divided into three. We have push day, pull day, and leg day. So you are familiar with this one. You can hear this with those who go to gym. Diba? Na sila leg day, push day, or pull day. So for push, we have exercises such as bench press, OHP, incline DB press, DB shoulder press, chest flies, side laterals, push downs, triceps extensions. For pull, we have here barbell rows, pull ups, DB rows, pull overs, lat pull downs, barbell curls, hammer curls, concentration curls. And for leg exercises, we have squats, deadlifts of RDLs, leg press, hack squats, lunges, leg extension, leg curls, and calf raises. So those who go to gym Ang ilahang routine is ginatawag siya as push-pull training. Fifth example of training programs that you can execute depending on your muscular fitness goal is powerlifting. Powerlifting is an Olympic sport with three strength tests: the squat, the deadlift with two hands, and the bench press. Participants in these sports compete in meets according to their weight classes, and their best one repetition maximum serves as the test. Power training plans revolve around the three main compound lifts because these moves work the most muscle and stress the brain and the spinal cord the most. They make the body release the most hormones. Heidelin Diaz, during her powerlifting training, focuses on large movements such as the squat, bench press, deadlift, snatch, and power clean to engage more muscles. To help someone improve their one repetition maximum, they found out what their baseline one repetition maximum is and use that information to build a fitness plan for growth. For newbies, form and the right way to lift weights are practiced before adding resistance, like weights. Remember to follow safety rules before beginning a powerlifting training program. For example, you should make sure you have good form, breathe properly, and train with a spotter or fitness coach. So never try this kind of training if you have no prior knowledge about how to properly execute this. Last example is muscular isolation training. You can focus on muscles that only work one joint or a few groups of muscles. Compound workouts, on the other hand, work more than one joint and muscle at the same time. The goal is to make one muscle contract for each movement. Chest presses, leg curls, and biceps curls are a few of the workouts. Muscle isolation routines can help your workout muscles that you might not normally work out. You can work on those muscles with dumbbells, cables, and workout machines. For example, in this image. So, by working on the opposite muscle group, the type of training can also help with muscle imbalances, which is another benefit. It's bad that isolation workouts require you to work the opposite muscle. Let's say you do biceps curls to strengthen your arms but don't do any triceps curl. You won't be able to match the strength of your biceps with your triceps, which will lead to an imbalance in your body and upper arm movements. The third type of fitness training that focuses on the health-related aspect of physical fitness is flexibility training, and even posture is usual these days. This is mostly because people don't move around much. Technology has improved and individuals keep on doing the same things. Low back and neck pain as well as carpal tunnel syndrome are much more likely to happen to people who work in offices and must sit for longer amounts of time. Also, they are a lot more likely to be overweight. Flexibility training can help your joint move more easily and lower your risk of muscle imbalance, joint dysfunction, and overuse injuries, according to NASM in 2012. Under flexibility training, you can execute mobility training. Corrective exercises, static and dynamic stretching, and moves from head to toe are all part of mobility training. The goal of the training is to improve posture, movement, and balance as well as the range of motion in our joints and muscles. As part of mobility training, people often do foam rolling, movement drills, and some stretching. You may be familiar with static stretching exercises, but a mobility training program is different because it focuses on how well our joints can move. One way to make yourself more flexible is to do static stretching. Flexibility means that each muscle can briefly stretch when it needs to, like how pulling on both ends of the rubber band makes it longer. Muscles have parts that are stretchy and help them stretch. On the other hand, mobility refers to the ability of a joint to move freely within its normal range of motion. If you look at your shoulder, it has a ball and socket type of synovial joint that lets it move in three plates. It can extend, bend, twist, abduct, and so on. The joint return to its normal range of motion. For optimal mobility, we can incorporate it into our routine. If you can't move in any way, like if you can keep your arms next to your ears when you raise them overhead, that's called not being mobile. This can increase your risk of future injuries or more severely mobility issues. So to have good joint movement, you need to be able to stretch your muscles. You must stretch your legs to reach your toes after all. Having great flexibility does not, however, mean you have great movement. Also, keep in mind that good mobility can help your flexibility. A good flexibility can help your mobility. We are going to do a flexible exercise training program that focuses on your mobility for this unit. That ends our topic for today. I do hope that you have grasped something from this video discussion. The next video will be dedicated to your semi-final topic. Thank you.